Alrighty, welcome everyone. Hope you're doing well today. It is Wednesday. I put up Odd Taxi earlier this morning, the episode 13 finale, and the fantastic end to a fantastic show that I was really happy to be watching. And that ends our current show for the seasonal slot that goes on Wednesday, which means it's time for a new poll. This poll is already up on Patreon. You can go check it out in the link in the describble-de-dibble-de-doo to go check out all these shows and see if you want to vote for any of them. Here's the list of what's actually going to be on the show. You will notice immediately that there are a number of season 2s of things that we've already watched on the channel. There are also a couple of extra repeats of things that ranked fairly highly on more recent polls that I threw back in there just because. This poll, I think, is pretty freaking stacked, and I'm excited to see how the results play out because I don't really know if there's a super clear frontrunner. There are a couple of things that I kind of have my eye on, and I'm not going to reveal those to you because I want this to be fair and balanced as much as it possibly can. But I will just run through the shows that we are listing on the poll so that we can just talk about like super initial impressions and what I barely know about any of these because, again, I'm keeping my head out of this the new seasonal game and letting the polls decide what I end up watching because I think that's fun. I will make a mention here, and that mention is Kimetsu no Yaiba Season 2 is not on this poll. The reason for that is that it's not finished airing. That's the only reason that it's not on this poll. Also, because I think it would just sweep and just kind of auto-win. So I'm probably just going to make it have a slot later that I'll just give to it because I want to watch it and it'll just auto-win. And at some point I'll watch Mugen Train as well and we'll get all the Kimetsu stuff done. But I don't think I want it to take over this slot. I want this one to be a chance for other things to win. So let's go through all the other things and see what's possible. We've got 86, a show that a lot of people have wanted me to watch. I don't really understand what it's about, and that's okay. I'm staying away from the synopses and spoilers and stuff. It is a show coming out of A1 Pictures, and that makes me a little bit nervous, but a lot of people say they want to watch it, so I threw it on the poll. Beastars Season 2. I heard mixed things about this one, which is kind of sad. Beastars Season 1 was kind of a knockout, and sort of blew the socks off of the community in a lot of ways, and then nobody really talked that much about Season 2. I mean, there was some hype around it when it was first airing, but it didn't remain hyped. So I threw it on this poll, and I'm going to consider this kind of its last chance to make something happen. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't, then it won't. We got Bishonen Tanteidan. This is a Shaft Shinbo show. As with most Shaft shows, it's hard to tell whether it's actually Shinbo doing the directing on this one, or if the other director listed on it, Hajime Otani, is the actual director of it, because Shaft is sort of Shinbo's studio, and he can call himself the director of every show that they produce, so it's hard to say. But it's got some cool art style to it, and I'm kind of intrigued. Some people have been recommending it and kind of like sleeper hit hyping it, so I think it's got maybe a chance. And then we got a heavy hitter in Dragon Maid S. I've been hearing a lot about Dragon Maid S. A lot of people seem to really like it. People love Dragon Maid anyway. I thought Dragon Maid was really fun, and people are saying the Dragon Maid S is even better, so it's on the poll. We're gonna see if we're gonna watch it. I don't know. It's got some competition. Let's find out what that competition is. Oh, Heike Monogatari. Naoko Yamada, Reiko Yoshida, dynamic duo of writer and director. Yamada-san is one of my favorite directors, and it'll be really interesting to see what I think is her first really like serious work at a different studio. She's working at Science Saru now. This is also the first poll on the list, or the first show on our poll list that has Aoi Yuki as a main character. Just throwing that out there because it'll come up again. Then we've got Kageki Shoujo. This is a different take on the same sort of topic of Kageki review. What fuck? I forget what it's called. Opera. Opera singy dancy thingy. This is Pine Jam, the studio that's relatively recent and came out with Gleipnir not too long ago, which I thought looked okay. And it will be a different take on that sort of vibe from Review Starlight, which was a really interesting take on that sort of vibe. We'll see what it is. Then we got our two Chinese shows. We got Link Click and we got Modao Zushi Season 3. Listen, lots of people want to see Modao Zushi Season 3. I'm not opposed to seeing Modao Zushi Season 3. We will check out one of these if they win the poll. Go and vote for them if you really want them. It's the way you got to do to make this thing work. It's got some competition, so I don't know if it's going to win these polls, but if it makes a good showing, it'll at least stay on my radar. Go vote for it if you love it. Sunny Boy. A lot of people recommending Sunny Boy. Kind of reminds me of the way that people were recommending Wonder Egg Priority when that came out. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to turn out terribly because people are still recommending it as it has ended. This is a Madhouse original show. Madhouse has been on and off for the last couple of years. It seems like it's supposed to be weird. It's Shingo Natsume directing, and he's fine. This is the second show that has Oyuki as a main character. Just a thing that's happening. She voices a lot of people, and she's in this one too. We got To Your Eternity. I have no idea about this one because everything that I hear about To Your Eternity, I get there's no middle ground that I hear about this show. Either people fucking love it or they fucking think it's trash, and that means it might be somewhere in between. But I'm gonna throw it on the poll. It's the one that got the runner up in the last seasonal poll. It got runner up to Odd Taxi. And so it earned its secondary slot in this one. I really don't know what to expect from this one. There it goes. It's on the poll. We got Vivi, Fluorite Eyes Song. This is a Wit Studio show. It's about music. I think it's about music. It looks pretty. I don't know anything else about it. It seems like a Wit Studio show that looks pretty. No idea. And then there's a show that I have every idea of exactly what it's going to be. It's Yuru Camp Season 2. It's going to be cozy camping girls doing cozy camping things, and I'm okay with that. It's on the poll. We'll see if it ends up having enough punch to win against some of these more sort of punchy, hypey shows. I kind of doubt that it will, which is a little bit sad, but that's the way that these things go. Yuru Camp is very fun, and it's certainly for me, but it's definitely not for everyone, and so I understand that it doesn't have the broadest, most hugest, most amazingly gigantic audience, and that makes total sense. I'm not going to say what I think is going to win this poll. You can draw your own conclusions, and you can go and try to shift the vote by going and voting. That's the whole point, right? The system that we've been using recently with both the ranked choice voting that I've been using and the obscured voting, where people don't know what is winning before they vote, has been really good for getting a lot more diversity in the votes. And also, because I can see if you put any extra comments in, I can see what people are like really hyped about and like want to write about. And sometimes people write like big paragraphs about the shows that they're really passionate about, and I kind of like that shit. It's kind of fun to get more perspectives of things. Yeah, so those are the shows that are on the poll. This poll is going up this Wednesday today, and it will last until next Wednesday. If there is a super clear front runner by like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'll probably end the poll a little bit early, and we'll just start watching the new show on Wednesday immediately. If there isn't a super clear front runner, then I'll run it all the way to Wednesday, and we'll see what happens as we get close to the finish line here. Regardless, this is what's on the poll. This is what we got. These are the options you got to choose from for this time. Let's see, there will be some other things ending relatively soon. Mushishi will end in a couple of weeks, and there will be an open slot for like an Iyashike type of show poll slot thing, and that should be interesting. I don't know what I want to watch there because there's now some overlap stylistically or thematically between the not super consistent Sunday non Biori slot and then the Tuesday, which has recently for a long time been the Iyashike slot. So I might shift that slot to be something else. I'm not really sure. Regardless, that will be opening up soon. I don't know if anything else is opening up super soon, but yeah, there should be other polls in the future at some point, and that should be interesting. I'll also mention if you need the last piece of a push to go and sub to the Patreon, that currently in early access is the reaction to Perfect Blue, and I'm really happy with how the reaction turned out, and I'm really happy with how the movie was. So if you want to see my reaction and discussion of Perfect Blue, that is currently sitting on the Patreon, just waiting for you to go and throw me a couple bucks, and you get access to it. So check that out if you'd like to. Otherwise, $1 gets you into the poll and gets you into the Discord, where currently a bunch of people are yelling about the shows that they want to watch, so that seems like fun. If you think that seems like fun, go check it out. Okay, that's the whole poll data thing and idea and all this stuff. Hope you're having a great day. Hope your great day continues. We'll be checking in sometime next week with the results of this poll. See you there. Have a lovely time. Watch lots of anime. Think about it as much as you can, and talk to your friends about it. Or talk to random internet strangers if you don't have close personal friends. It works. It works okay. Yeah. Love y'all. See you next time. Peace.